You know, it constantly baffles me how little men expect in relationships from women. Like how precious little, approaching nothing, or all they want is her to be there. You literally don't need a personality. I can see why a lot of men go for dolls. Whenever men are talking, it becomes evident how little they think of themselves. I was having a recent conversation with a friend online, and the topic popped up again and again internally. I'm quite flabbergasted how much men overcompensate in terms of how much women bring to the table. We're talking about this stuff, and he was saying, well, men bring to the table protection, provision, finances, money, and all of this kind of stuff. And he said, women bring their bodies. And I said, hang on a minute, women don't offer and bestow graciously upon men sex. It's a mutual thing, it's a dance. I can't get over, look, notwithstanding, I understand it's a biological drive and you want it because your biology wants to procreate. I get it. But in today's times especially, where most people don't want to have kids, they actually show that they don't want to reproduce because they're wasting their reproductive years. So objectively, whatever they say, whatever men and women say, we're not interested in it because we're showing it through our actions. So notwithstanding that, kids really aren't a proximal thing on the table that we want. People want their individual lives. They want to live separate, independent lives. Women don't need men. There's a big hookup culture now. Marriage rates, all the traditional stuff is disappearing, if not, going out the window. And still, men's biology is still grateful that they can have access to the eggs which we don't really care about. Now, it might be just me where I never wanted children, so this came into clear focus. I don't want kids, I don't want a family. So I always had the position of, you're not offering fornication to me, you're not offering sex. I'm sharing this with you. This is a dance. To feel like I should be grateful that we share this, that only you're offering it to me, and in some way you're tolerating sleeping with me. I don't want to use the left term offended, but I find it quite patronizing. I remember a few years ago I was in the throes of breaking up with an ex, and I flat out said to her, I was exasperated. I said, you know what do you actually do for me? And the first thing off the top of her head was sex. And I said, no, stop there. That's a mutual act. And then I think she mentioned cooking, but she eats with me as well. I'm grateful for it, but it's not like she's doing it just for me. But I could rattle off many things that I did for her all the time that she did not do for me. Even compliments, telling her that she looked attractive. Like there was nothing she could point to. And I said to her, take your time, have a think about one thing you do for me. One thing you actually offer me that's not mutual, that you don't actually benefit from. And she couldn't. I gave her all the time she wanted. Needless to say, we broke up. But getting back to the topic, the idea that men are grateful for women sleeping with them. I know they're the gatekeepers to procreation, and that's the impulse, don't forget that. But the idea that physical intimacy we should be grateful for, I always saw it as a dance, a sharing, an intimate sharing. I was always grateful for sharing that with someone I really cared about. But to think that they were tolerating it in some way or graciously giving it to me where they didn't want to, that's BS. And if they were, that's pathetic. For me, sleeping with someone is a two-way street. To me, it's a dance, it's a sharing. I'm so sick of seeing so many men operate with this one-way street romantic script with women, where everything is from man to woman. Going down 100 one-way streets and being lucky to find one street that was two-way, that would go both. No, she doesn't bring sex to the table. She shares it with you. It's a dance. I'm no more grateful in her offering her body than I am grateful for holding her hand. Those things should be shared. There shouldn't be this psychological feeling like, oh, I gave this to you, you should be really grateful. What, you didn't enjoy it? That's nice to know. I think they hype this marketing up, especially today, where so many people aren't sort of based on traditional values, to keep women's contribution above men, that we still chase them, that they're offering somehow something a lot more than what we ever do. And it doesn't matter whether she's a dead fish in bed or you're more active and who does what. It's a dance. It's a shared intimacy. So I wanted to offer that. Have a rethink, especially in today's times, especially if you don't even want to have kids. We're operating on the primal instinct. It's frankly insulting that a woman's somehow offering you should be grateful for her, offering you her body to fornicate with her, and she's somehow rolling her eyes there, tolerating it until it's over, that she's done her bit, when we know all well and good that women enjoy the act too. It just annoys the shit out of me whenever I hear that, as though from the beginning of dating, asking her out, paying for everything, getting on one knee, buying the house, the children, pushing the pram, going to soul-destroying jobs, just living his life for her, just a never-ending effort into this black hole. And somehow her allowing you to share that intimacy with her is always above and beyond anything you could provide, and you should be grateful. And I think, go yourself. And some might think, human, you sound bitter. I'm not bitter, I'm a bit annoyed at the unfair marketing they keep pushing onto you, as though men should be grateful for the smallest scraps. Men should be grateful that someone wants to share intimacy with them. It's just so condescending to think that we're trying to give as much as we can from ourselves. The fact that we'll construct lives and direct all our protection, provision, all our life direction to whatever she wants. She wants to buy a house here. She wants to have kids. She wants to go on stupid picnics. She wants to go on these trips. She wants to go to brunch. She wants all these things. We'll just say yes, 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 because we want to give to her. But think about, what does she exclusively give to you? Women don't offer sex. They share it. That's what I think anyway. Let me know your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, helps me out. And share my videos on your social media too. That really helps me out too. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Comment below the video. And if you feel like donating, you don't have to. Links below. I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.